there comes the 2018 edition of your Permian Panthers onto the field at Ratliff Stadium. Boy, they are going to face a barn-burning opponent tonight as the DeSoto Eagles, their first ever championship won a couple of years ago, have come to Ratliff to face off against the Panthers. The Permian Panthers did win the toss. They will kick off, so Carson Roberts will get the ball and tee it up, and that's where we will start when we come back in just a moment.
From the creators of Dr. Pepper comes the story of a town where every day is Saturday and everyone is a fan. And this fall comes the most dramatic season I can feel it of their lives. What is it?
New neighbor, Sheriff.
We're Bat fans.
Everyone wants that trophy.
Are you kidding me?
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville, kicking off this fall.
The Dr. Pepper and Transglobal Productions Game of the Week brought to you in part by Odessa Regional Medical Center and by Hokenthorpe CPAs. Carson Roberts will tee it up at the 40, so what are you expecting? Kyle Hubbard from, let's start with the defense tonight since that's where we're going to be starting.
I think the defense, Barry, tonight is going to have to adjust to their size and speed. They've got some large individuals on their defense that have they're really on their offense, I should say, that are physical, and they have some playmakers. They're going to have to adjust and take their pursuit angles very, very well. So the reception is going to be down inside the goal line at the 2-yard line. There's a flag late on the play, and the ball was returned there by Vontae Chenot. So let's check the flag. One of the Permian players also on the field as well.
Back. 84 on the return team. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Urgency. That's what you need from your emergency room. After returning home from a mission trip with his son, Chris became ill. The personalized care and follow-up he received from ER staff at ORMC helped him to quickly return to what matters. When faced with the unexpected, your emergency is our emergency. At ORMC, we are here when you need us most. We love what we do, and we think it shows.
I am ORMC proud.
For great flooring values and real customer service, forget the frustration of the big box stores. Paul Evans trained flooring professionals will save you time, money, and hassle on your next flooring project. Whether do-it-yourself or professionally installed, Paul Evans offers great values on carpet, tile, hardwood, and waterproof flooring. Paul Evans Flooring, Odessa and Midland. For over 30 years,
you just can't beat a Paul Evans deal.
Texas Burger's Banana Split. A banana never had it so good.
The Dr. Pepper and Transglobal Productions Game of the Week brought to you in part by Rexco and E&E Service and Supply. Block in the back was the call by the officiating crew. And that means the Eagles from DeSoto High School will start at their 5-yard line. A couple of years ago when they won the state title, Midland High, dadgum near beat them in the preseason, and then Abilene in the playoffs almost beat them. Had the lead with 2 minutes to play and couldn't hold it. And then 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, DeSoto holding the championship trophy up. Well, that didn't go anywhere as Christian Schauner, Keaton Armstrong, Chase Stell, and Rahib Adeyemi, those are the defensive backs. I'll get to the rest of the guys here in just a second.
That's Andy Notley making the play from his linebacker position, Barry.
So they're going to throw the ball. Kind of weaves it down the fielder, has a man wide open. And Adeyemi does make the tackle, but he let his receiver, Vontae Chenot, get wide open. The linebackers, Easton Hernandez, Tanner Adams, Andy Notley, Cameron Martinez, and up front, Matt Jones, Jake Parchman, Kashawn Wright. How did he get so open?
Well, just lost coverage down here, Barry, and I think that ball got tipped and might have been a little short of where he actually wanted that to go, but receiver did a good job of coming back and making the play, and on first down there, Andy Notley again filling his gap responsibility to make that play there on first down.
Lost, in fact, gained 4. That was Tyson Alexander, the running back, number 5. The quarterback is Shandarian Ward. He's number 2. They will run the ball as much as they throw it. Now Ward is going to throw it, looking left. Has his man Chenot wide open at the 30. And he will get back a little bit of yardage, and they will mark it down there.
Keaton Armstrong coming up to make the play. Just a little flat pass out there by the Eagles. And again, Keaton Armstrong and Easton Hernandez doing a good job of getting out there, making that play, making this a 3rd and 4 for the Eagles.
Alexander's who caught it, not Chanot. A little bit of pressure. Has a man open, has the first. This is Chanot. Boy, he outran the defensive back there. He's on the move. He may take it all the way. And Anademi is not going to catch him. They're going to take it 70 yards on the 5th play of the game. The crossing route bit him again.
And we're going to get a block in the back that's going to nullify that touchdown, Barry. It's going to give Permian a break right here because you're right. They ran just a little stop route right there. Coming across, you're going to hear Dan Rankin make the call here.
Unsportsmanlike, number 3 on the offense. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. That is number 3's first unsportsmanlike of the game.
They ran the stop route, Barry, and once he made the catch, came across the field, across the grain of the defense, got a good block from one of the receivers on the far side of the field to spring that receiver, but the penalty's going to bring it back and nullify that touchdown.
Well, it does put it, though, at the Permian 34-yard line. As Hanspard, there's a name you might remember, called for the foul. Hanspard, Texas Tech great, has had a couple of kids play for the Eagles. Going to whip it out to the left and get absolutely nothing as Schauner will force out the receiver. That is J.C. Madlock. Going to be 2nd down. That was a good job of coverage and tackle there. Just use the sideline, Kyle, and push him out.
And he had an extra defender, as you said there, with the sideline, Barry. Schauner did a good job of getting rid of the block and forcing him out for no gain.
Going to throw it here again. He's going to look to his right. Has a man open, and he's going to get down to the 25. He's going to be about a yard short, maybe. He may not be short of a first down as they were able to connect with Kenneth Salter. And Salter is down to the, let's see, they're going to give it a 3rd down play at the 24-yard line.
And that was just a little
3rd one.
Little stop route right there again, Barry, and they executed it very well to make this a 3rd and short.
Going to hand it off to the running back. He's going to have the first, and he's going to go all the way into the end zone, the middle of the Panther defense, open like a sieve. And 24 yards later, the running back, Tyson Alexander, into the end zone for the first score of the night.
Did a good job of blocking up front there, Barry, at the point of attack. And once they broke the line of scrimmage, as you said, there was nothing in the secondary for Permian to make the play. And the Eagles are on the board with their first touchdown of the 2018 campaign.
So a 7-play drive. We'll take a guess how far it took them.
Extra point try is good.
We'll tell you that in just
80 yards.
I'll try 95.
95, that's
95
right.
yards in 7 plays. We'll have the rest of the total here in just a second. So our first score of the game comes at 9:16 to play in the first, and it's DeSoto on the board at 7-0.
Wake up to eggs cooked to perfection, savory bacon, sausage and chorizo, and hot, fresh flour tortillas. Drive through for breakfast at Rosa's Cafe. Rosa's combines all your favorites into tasty breakfast tacos and serves them hot and fresh to get your day started right. Or try Rosa's Migas plate with beans and potatoes. Feeding a group? Rosa's breakfast taco platter is the perfect fit. So rise and shine. Life and breakfast is better at Rosa's Cafe.
Diamond Pump and Transport, Odessa College, 2 of our sponsors on the Dr. Pepper Transglobal Productions Game of the Week. A 95-yard, 7-play drive took them 238. Hit 2 big, huge plays. The second one counted, first one did not. And Permian now will be on offense for the first time tonight.
And this was one of the one of the keys, Barry, is Permian's going to have to adjust to DeSoto's speed and game speed because they just can't simulate that in practice.
And it's way out of bounds, so let's see where Permian takes over. Bob, please push your button.
Well, the Panther offense now has to answer here.
Kick out of bounds, kicking team. They'll all be placed at the 30-yard line. First down.
As I was saying, Barry, Permian's going to have to get their offense to go in here now and use their size, their speed, their quickness to answer that first touchdown by DeSoto. This DeSoto defense has some playmakers on it.
What's your buddy, the Permian D coordinator, going to be talking to his boys about, you think?
Well, just taking better angles and adjusting to some of the routes and seeing those routes and being able to adjust, like I said, to those and make a play. Like I said again, they're going to have to adjust to their game speed.
Peyton Powell had over 5,600 yards combined rushing and throwing in his 2-year career at Midland Christian. He is now the man under center for Permian. 5,603 yards combined, 67 combined touchdowns, 38 of those on the ground. Well, on the ground is where they keep it here, and it's going to be Ed Williams. That guy ran for some yardage last year, all the way out to the 44. He picks up 14 here.
And he has the advantage of being a 2-year starter, so he's got that experience. Good job up front by the offensive line to get that first down for the Permian offense.
Williams just a couple of ticks under 1,400 last season in 11 games. We'll get this one out to the 49-yard line, so he's going to get another 7 more. Up front, blocking for him, Landon Peterson, Dawson Reynolds, John Hojos, Paul Freeman, and Sam Burns. That's right to left. Peyton Powell, the quarterback, Ed Williams, the running back, and a whole bunch of receivers that I'll get to here in just a moment. So Permian now a second down and about 3. See if Powell runs it himself. He does. He's got the first down, and there he goes. He's off to see the Wizard, and he's all the way down to the 33-yard line. How's that for a gain of 16, Mr. Hubbard?
Yeah, and that's a good job up front. Watch our Trans Global Productions instant replay. This is a quarterback design draw. Get the defensive lineman to come up, find a lane to run through, which Powell did. Just did a good job right there, securing the football and getting up to about the 33-yard line of the Eagles.
So they're going to probably hand the ball to Ed again here. This is Ed's territory that he has been able to exploit so well the last couple of years. Horrell to the right of the quarterback, Hammond here to the left, and then also out a little further is Tyler Ramage, number 6. Hands it off inside, and Ed doesn't get a whole lot there, just 1.
It's a good job by the DeSoto defensive end right here to make the play. I believe that's either Turner or DeVere Levelston did a good job of crashing down and making that play. Now Permian will adjust to that by having Peyton Powell read that and pull the ball and run their option game to one side or the other.
Hammond also dangerous in the running game, had 684 yards last season in the 11 games. So you can look for him on those crossing routes behind the quarterback, or they'll throw it out to him here. It falls incomplete last season. Didn't catch a whole lot of passes, had 7 on the whole year, but he scored 3 times. Now it's going to be 3rd and 9. So that first down play of 1, and the nada on second puts them in a precarious position. So if you're going to look in your playbook, what are you coming up with?
Well, you can run the ball here, Barry. If you get the right front that you want to look at the line of scrimmage, you can tell that Permian may change the play from the sideline here. Kind of a tight formation for the Panthers here. Let's see what they dial up.
Peyton's going to keep it. No, he's going to toss it out to Hammond, who gets his legs taken out from under him by one of the defensive backs. I think that was Jabbar Muhammad, and it's going to be a loss of 4 back to the 28. Out of kicking range, Roberts has a leg on him, but this would be 52, 53 yards. Last year his long was 42 against San Angelo. So they're going to ask him to come on and pooch kick it instead. So Permian defense gives up 7 on their first rattle out of the box. Offense gets it across midfield before they bog down and now are looking for Roberts to pin them deep. Now remember that last series they started from the 5-yard line. Let's see if Carson can pin them in the same position again.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, my.
Got a great bounce, Barry.
Well, you talk about a great bounce. He bounces it off at the 1. That's a 27-yard kick that you'd think if you look in the paper, you think, well, didn't have much of an average last night, but that doesn't take into account down to the 1-yard line.
Yeah, he did a good job of getting that ball turned to the side and roll out of bounds at the 1, and now we're going to see if the Eagles can put a 99-yard drive together.
Don't be jinxing things. What are you talking about?
Well, I don't think they'll do it. I think Permian's going to make their adjustments like they've been talking about down here.
And I think
see if they can get them backed up and get some field position.
Yeah, maybe come up with a turnover or so. That would sure be nice. Looks like they're going to run it, though, to start with. So look for Tyson Alexander, number 5, to get the carry.
And I think we're going to have a timeout. DeSoto didn't have enough.
Timeout, DeSoto. First timeout of the half.
Didn't have enough people on the line.
DeSoto 7, Panthers nothing. Back in a moment.
What's freshness? It's delicious ham and farm fresh eggs wrapped in a warm flour tortilla. It's ground beef cooked fresh throughout the day and seasoned with just the right spices to make the best taco you've ever tasted. It's hot golden French fries smothered with chili and cheese. Taco Villa cooks your favorites all day long to ensure freshness you can taste. Taco Villa, freshness fanatics love.
I believe that was 28, Roston White, that was in the backfield with Shandarian Ward. The Dr. Pepper Transglobal Productions Game of the Week brought to you in part by Taco Villa and BCM and Associates, the oil field undertaker. Thanks to our sponsors for making these ball games possible here from Ratliff Stadium. So White will carry the ball out to the 7, get a nice gain of 6. What's happening up the middle there?
Well, they're winning the line of scrimmage right now, Barry, and Permian's going to have to adjust with their gap assignments and the gaps they have to fill so that they can stop this running game and make DeSoto have to throw the football.
They've got some heavy guys up front, don't they?
Yes, they do. And there's some speed right there.
And he is going to take it to the house, I think. I don't know if they're going to catch him. No, they will not. And he will go 93 yards against Permian.
Well, they ran a crossing route coming from the top of the screen or the far side of the field, Barry. And on the rollout by the quarterback, Shadarian Ward, he just found him coming all the way across the field and hit him in stride. And once he broke the one tackle, he had a clear sailing down the sideline for the second DeSoto touchdown of the night.
Well, they topped the 95-yarder by going 99 the second time they had it.
The extra point is good by the Eagles.
93-yard pass from Ward to Salter, and it's 14-0 Eagles. 2 scores, 2 offensive series. Panthers need to tighten it up a bit. We'll be back to Ratliff in a moment.
Texas Burger's all-beef chili cheese dog. Get one today.
Our Dr. Pepper Trans Global Productions Game of the Week brought to you by Forest Brothers Tire and Alignment and Nimbus Drinking Water Systems. Earlier this week, we mourn the loss of one of our Permian greats as running back Chris Comer, who was so instrumental in both the 88 and 89 teams, lost his battle to get a kidney transplant. It's 1972 to 2018, means he was 46 years old, died Wednesday night in Houston. He had the most rushing yards for a junior in 1988, ended up his career with over 3,700 yards, fifth all-time on the career list. His cousin, sadly, also passed away back in June of this year, and his son Chris Jr. died of the same liver kidney ailment back in 2015. So just a tough thing on that family. We wish the Comers certainly well, and our thoughts will be with them, as Chris was a dynamic player to watch those 2 seasons. Don't you agree?
Oh, I totally agree, and you couldn't have put 2 better seasons together from the running back position as Chris did. Kind of got thrown in his junior year because of the injury to one Booby Miles, and responded very well that year playing for the Panthers, and then, as you said, came back in 89 and had a stellar season as the main running back in that 89 state and national championship team. Well, Permian's got to get some things going now offensively. They have to answer here, Barry, and get on the board.
Yeah, this is a first game for their new coach. Mike Robinson was hired away from North of Mesquite after winning 51 games in 11 seasons. He replaced a guy that at one time coached at Midland Lee, Todd Peterman, in 3 seasons at DeSoto. He was 32-8, and he and Powers B couldn't see eye to eye, and so he now is at Brewer. So that first down play there got 5 out to the 40-yard line.
See if Permian throws the ball here, Barry.
Well, they have yet to throw it. Well, they threw one pass earlier. They're going to pitch it back to Hammond. He'll have the first, looking for some guys to break him. Going to get out to the 46-yard line, and I mentioned Hammond over 600 yards last year, and he certainly on that play is dynamic.
Well, you got the quick toss out on the far side. Good blocking out in front there. That's number 39 for the Permian Panthers leading the way there. Yep, did a good job of getting it, but we've got a penalty flag on the backside.
Got a flag on the backside, right.
Give you our officials here after we make the call.
There are fouls by both teams. Block below the waist, sideline interference on the defense. Penalties offset. Replay, second down.
That is Dan Rankin, our head referee tonight. Phil Atkins is the umpire. Chad Morris, the line judge. Gary Speed, the head linesman. Noe Muniz, the back judge. Jesse Mendoza, the field judge. And my old coaching buddy, Chris Harlow, the side judge tonight. This is a Permian Basin chapter. Chris and I coached together at what was then known as John B. Hood Junior High School a few years ago.
Well, that wiped out a 14-yard run by Hammond. Probably going to hand it back off. Nope, going to keep it. Going to flip it back to Hammond again. They like what they saw, so here he goes again. He gets more. He gets more than what he got the last time. All the way inside the 30. Going to be marked out. They say another flag maybe?
Yes.
They're pointing back to the 45-yard line.
I think this may be a hold out on the corner.
Holding. Offense number 6. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Well, I think you saw it on our Trans Global Productions instant replay there out on the corner. The receiver out there out on the edge might have had a little hold of Jersey out there as he's making the block. That's what helped spring him around the corner on Tyler Ramage there. And they're going to bring that back and make it 2nd and 12 from the Panther 33-yard line.
Well, that play's working.
Well, they got it blocked and made the right read. Just the holding penalty out on the edge brought it back, but boy, it was wide open. You're exactly right there. DeSoto doesn't have an idea how to get to the pitchman right now. Look and see if Permian continues to maybe attack that angle right now.
Well, not on this play. I bet they're going to give the running back a little bit of
Come out, Permian. First timeout of the half.
A little bit of a breather. Timeout Permian, 14-0 DeSoto. Back in a moment.
Yeah.
4:23 to play in the first quarter. Our Dr. Pepper Transglobal Productions Game of the Week brought to you by the Booster Clubs at Odessa High and Permian, as well as Paul Evans Carpets. Powell looking to throw the ball. As a man open, threw a little bit tall for Hammond. He's only 5'6". He threw it about 6 foot, 6'5" maybe. Falls incomplete and brings up a 3rd and 12.
Well, and right now, Peyton Powell's got to settle down a little bit, get the ball where it needs to be on his passing angles and what he's trying to get done with the ball passing right now. Trying to say he's got to get under control, just relax, get into the flow of the game, and execute on his throws. This is 3rd and 12. This is a big play early in the game, Barry. That's a great catch by Hammond right there.
Hammond out to the 43, but he's going to be a good 2 yards short.
Yeah, about 3 yards. Here's our Transglobal Instant Replay, or Transglobal Productions Instant Replay. It's a good throw right there by Peyton. A little high. Hammond did a good job of taking his eyes to the ball, catching it with his hands, bringing it down, and getting to the 43-yard line of Permian, as you said. Short. Permian is going to punt the football away and try to play field position again.
Carson Roberts kicked one down to the 1 a moment ago. See if he can do that again. Permian trailing in this one on 2 big plays, 24-yard run and a 93-yard pass play.
Wow. Carson Roberts is in midseason form right now. He's got 2 punts. One inside the 1-yard line, and this one
at the 10.
Inside the 10. That's an outstanding job by Carson right there to not only flip the field, but again pin the Eagles deep and make them go again another 90 yards plus to go to the end zone. The Permian defense now has to step up and make a play.
All right, let's put on your defensive coordinator hat. What's the talk been about?
I think the talk's probably been, especially in the secondary, got to make sure that you are reading routes, taking good angles to the football, and might be talking a little bit up front. I think we've seen some pressure from the front of Permian, but they've got to get there now and pressure this quarterback make some mistakes.
Or the quarterback, Alexander, the running back.
False start, offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Well, unfortunately, the Eagles are back in familiar territory.
That's Jeremiah Jones, their senior right tackle at 6'2", 255. Got that moving a little early before the snap.
How big are those other guys?
Well, 310, 6'3", 310 is their right guard. That's a good tackle by Tommy Notley right there again, or Andy Notley, excuse me.
Yeah, Andy Notley just wrapped up the running back. Alexander maybe got a couple, if that. Yeah, they're going to mark him for 2 at the 7.
Jacoby Jenkins, their center, is a junior, 5'9", 260. Left guard is Christian Ford, 6'1", 325. And their left tackle is Reggie Neal, 6'5", 320.
Here comes the pressure. Ward does get the ball away, has a man open. They're going to get him all the way out to the 31-yard line before the safety, Chase Stell, is able to get him on the ground. But again, they found an opening in that crease and just crossed from one side to the other, found an opening, and ended up 23 yards later out to the 30.
Yep, and the crossing route behind the linebackers in front of the safeties has been wide open right now.
Ward's going to get this one. I'm sorry, Alexander is going to carry this one out to the 37-yard line. So we get 7 on first down, setting up 2nd and 3.
Let's look for them to maybe take a shot downfield right now, Barry. See if they They can just open up their playbook right now and probably call just about anything they want.
They do get the completion. He's going to be inside the Permian side of the 50.
And that's the stop route up at the top, Barry, in front of Shawner. They read the coverage by the corners. They were backing off, playing zone, keeping everything in front. They ran just a little 5 or 6 yard stop. And
come out, Permian. Second out of the half.
Are you sure we should take this billboard down?
People find out State Farm does car loans as well as they do insurance. Our bank is through.
Good point. Grab an edge.
Look, there's 2 guys on the State Farm Borrow Better banking sign.
No, for real, there's 2 dudes on the State Farm
Borrow Better banking sign.
Gentlemen, please get down from the State Farm Borrow Better banking sign. Phil, get the hose.
Okay, he's getting the hose.
All right, let's go.
Want to borrow better? Contact State Farm agent Mike Podzemny about a car loan that can save you hundreds.
Rexco! The Texas oil boom has returned, and Rexco Poly Fittings is your Lone Star choice in polyethylene, steel, and brass needs with a wide variety to choose from. Locally owned and operated in the Permian Basin since 1982, Rexco's experienced staff will help you get the right fittings and valves to help you get the job done. Go to RexcoPoly.com. Rexco, your poly supply company located in Midland and Odessa.
Rexco! Our Dr. Pepper Transglobal Productions Game of the Week, brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance agent Mike Podzemny and by Texas Burger. Permian trails in the game 14-0. We're in the first quarter. Ward looking up for a receiver, does not complete it. He had a lot of pressure that time.
The DeSoto bench wants a pass interference call, but I think we're going to get a roughing the passer call in the backfield here. Let's see what the call is from Dan Rankin.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, 99 on the defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
And that's a big penalty, Barry, because they got an incomplete pass there on that play, and the 15-yard roughing the passer penalty gives DeSoto new life at the Panther 32 with a 1st and 10.
So Ward will hand it off. They're going to go to the right. Had him in the backfield, got away, but finally did get him on the ground. Tyson Alexander, the senior, 5'10", 180-pound running back.
Army's played the run pretty good this first quarter, Barry, with a minute 36 and clock running. They've stopped the run other than the one 22-yarder at the for the touchdown on the first DeSoto drive. They've got to get some pressure on this quarterback, and they've got to get in coverage on the back end.
Terrence Shaw is in at running back. Ward's going to try to throw it. Just flips it out to nobody but the band, and it's going to be bringing up a 3rd down play in about 8.
That's good pressure by defensive end Matt Jones, number 18, and also Tanner Adams coming from his inside linebacker position. He's got to contain and rush the quarterback when that quarterback himself rolls to Tanner's side. He's got to get around and outside and force some pressure there. Now here's 3rd and 13. This is a big play for the Panther defense.
I said 3rd and 8, 3rd and 13. The yard to gain is going to be the 22. They need to make sure they do not let them get to or beyond the 22-yard line.
We're going to have a delay of the game here by DeSoto.
False start, offense, number 51. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Well, a false start. The receiver down here moved instead of the time clock going out. I was looking at the play clock down on the north end. It already said 25, so I thought they'd already run out of time.
So again, the 22-yard line is where Permian needs to make sure they do not cross. They'll start this drive from the 40-yard line, or this play from the 40. Ward's going to run it. Gets away from a couple of Panthers, and then overshoots his target. Over there defensively was Easton Hernandez, and so if they punt it,
which they are,
which they're going to do, we assume that they're going to try to do as Permian's done and try to pin Permian back inside the 10.
That was good pressure up front by the Panther defense. And just as I said, if they can get some pressure on this guy and make him a little nervous with his feet, you saw when he was on the run, he was not very accurate with the ball there. Had a receiver coming back to help him, but he totally overthrew it. And it's a good job by the Panther defense to get their offense off the field and get theirs an opportunity to get to the football.
Garrett Blodgett pops it at the 15 and right out of bounds, and so Permian will take over at that point. So let's talk about offense. What do we got to do to get the ball down the field and into the end zone?
I think you got to cut the mistakes, Barry. You can't have the penalties when you do spring a play like we saw on the last drive. A couple of times they got the ball out on the corner. They got those receivers, their running backs out in space, but the penalties right now have hurt the Panthers. And you've got to go back. It's 14-0. You're still in the ball game, first quarter. You've got to execute now. You've had the ball, 3 series here. You've made your adjustments on the sideline. Execute right now and get on the scoreboard.
Going to pitch it back to Hammond, so they're going back to the well after he was able to get a little bit of rest. And he'll get about 5. Out beyond the 20, they're going to mark him at the 22-yard line, so actually a gain of 7.
And Permian's got speed at the skill positions as well, Barry, and they need to use that skill right now to get them out in space and get them into some open lanes like you saw right there and get this offense going.
So Peyton Powell, the quarterback, transferred from Midland Christian after 2 years starting for that school. Comes with a big pedigree, a lot of D1 coaches out during the spring game to really look him over. They're going to give the ball to Williams, who looks like he will have the first. He's beyond the 25, so it's first down Permian.
Yeah, it's going to bring us to the end, I believe, Barry, of the first quarter.
And it's so far all the DeSoto Eagles, a 24-yard run and a 93-yard pass. 95 and 99-yard drives to get those 2 scores. So after one, Permian trails in this one 14-0.
BCM and Associates Incorporated, the Oilfield Undertaker. BCM provides turnkey services to plug and abandon oil and gas wells in the Permian Basin. BCM has 7 highly trained plugging crews based in Odessa and Hobbs, New Mexico. BCM will prepare and file regulatory forms. We also buy leases for production and salvage. Go to bcmandassociates.com for services, pipe, plus equipment for sale. bcmandassociates.com. The Oilfield Undertaker.
As we begin the second quarter of play, the Dr. Pepper Trans Global Productions Game of the Week brought to you in part by Complex Community Federal Credit Union, Rosa's Cafe and Tortilla Factory, and Medical Center Hospital. So the first down play will have Horrell carrying the ball for only a yard gain.
Tried the quick pitch to him coming around to the far side. And they did a good job on the corner out there of kind of shooting the gap, getting on out there, and making the play for no gain on first down.
Well, there's a penalty.
Block below the waist, offense, number 54. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Okay, one of the things, Barry, I got here from one of the officials that we got some of the rules from, is they are emphasizing now a little more of the block below the waist. One of the things is no lineman with initial position can block below the waist inside the tackle, especially if he's engaged. If the force of the initial contact is from the front, then that's going to be called as well. I think that might be what's happening inside right now. Permian's going to have to adjust to that with their offensive linemen, make sure they're not being doing just that, blocking below the waist as they're making the block.
3 penalties on Permian for a total of 40 yards tonight, and we're barely in the second quarter. Quarterback Powell will keep it out beyond the 20, so we get 7 or so, close to 8.
Little quarterback design draw, actually a little sprint out to the right side, just trying to get around the corner. Made a cut off his outside foot, got inside, and picked up a pretty good little gain right there. 2nd and 15 for the Panthers on their own 21-yard line.
Well, do you throw it here? Bring up a 3rd and long if you don't complete it?
Yeah. I think that we still might run the ball here. I'm not convinced of that yet. There it is. See, they got the corner.
They'll pitch it back to Hammond. Hammond's going to push his little body out to the 31-yard line, so that's a gain of 10 by Justin Hammond, and brings up a very manageable 3rd and about 4, maybe 5.
And that's what I was kind of thinking there, Barry. They were playing zone defense on the back end, expecting Permian to throw. You don't have that force to the pitch man there. They read it right, made the pitch, and made a nice gain. Now, like you said, it's manageable at 3rd and 5. They have nobody on the edges right now. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't go outside here again.
So Caden Horrell out to the left is going to be the quarterback keeper. He's not going to make the nope. Able to grab him back at the 29-yard line, and Permian again will have to punt the ball away.
Again, too much speed there, Barry. There's their problem there. When you try to run those types of plays, you're not going to outrun them sideline to sideline if you're doing those types of calls and plays. With a little design quarterback draw there, Peyton read it, but the guy just had too much of an angle and too much speed to make the play.
So Carson Roberts will be asked to punt the ball away one more time. He's already punted the ball now, twice now.
That's going to be about a 7 or 8 yard punt.
Yep, it's going to end up inside the Panthers. Good grief. All the way back there?
Yeah, it went out of bounds right at about the 40-yard line.
Well, I was watching this other guy back up to the 30, so it's going to be the Permian 40. Yep, just off the side of the foot.
Shanked that off the side of his foot. Now the Panther defense is really going to have to bear down now. I wouldn't be surprised if DeSoto doesn't take a shot deep here on 1st down. They're going to go with 3 wideouts to the far side, see if they can get some one-on-one matchups with the Panther secondary.
Rice and Hanspard in the backfield with the quarterback Ward.
Here comes pressure. They picked it up pretty well. And boy, he was open. They just overthrew him right there. They had a streak or go route right down the numbers here on the near sideline. Christian Schauner had coverage. He got behind, the receiver got behind him. The ball was just overthrown. Good break for the Panthers. And this will be 2nd and 10 from the 40-yard line.
That was Hanspard on the intended target. So 2nd and 10. Going to run the ball. Got the corner and about 7 yards.
Well, that's
Before finally it's going to be coming up to make the tackle is going to be Hernandez on Hanspard.
Well, they just got the edge blocked, got the outside linebacker turned on that side, and got a little crease there and picked up a nice 7-yard gain on 2nd down.
Going to be 3rd down and 3. Nope.
No.
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody, including number 32, Andy Notley, racking himself up a nice little first half here from his inside linebacker position. Watch DeSoto go for this, Barry. They don't really gain anything by punting the football here. It's probably out of their field goal kicker's range. If they don't pick it up, this is as good as a punt right now. Permian defense needs to step up right here and make a play.
Keyshawn Wright had the initial hit down low for the Panther defense, so now 4th down. First 4th down of the season will be 4th and 3. Look for Ward to maybe keep it if they don't first call a timeout, which they do.
Timeout, DeSoto. 2nd timeout of the half.
9:17 to play before half. It's 14-0 Eagles.
From the creators of Dr. Pepper comes the story of a town where every day is Saturday and everyone is a fan. And this fall comes the most dramatic season I can feel it of their lives. What is it?
New neighbor sheriff.
We're Batmans.
Everyone wants that trophy.
Are you kidding me?
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville, kicking off this fall.
It was 96 degrees, sunny, south-southeast wind of 16. No gust, 22% humidity when the ball game kicked off. Dr. Pepper Transglobal Productions game of the week. It's going to be 4th and 3. All right, defensive coordinator, tell me about it.
Bring some pressure. They're going to bring some pressure and see if they can get a run blitz. Oh, they moved. They moved. They saw the blitz coming, and their right guard or tackle moved.
False start. Offense for 74. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Still going to go for it, Barry. I still think they'll go for it here. They're not going to gain anything by punting the football, and they believe they can stop Permian right now. They're going to see if they can roll the dice and keep their momentum going.
We'll need some Mo back the other way, don't we?
See if maybe they throw the bubble screen out here. Here comes pressure. Permian's showing it. They had the bubble screen out here.
Matt Jones pressured him out to the right. They're going to push him out of bounds. He's going to be about 2 yards short. No.
Yeah, I don't believe he's there. He's 3 yards short.
Yep, they marked him out to the 33. Who made that push out of bounds?
Andy Notley.
Notley pushed him out of bounds, and it's going to go over on downs.
I hope we get a chance to see this. Watch Andy's pursuit if we can. He took a great angle. Thank you, Debbie. Watch right here. He's going to roll that direction. Watch Andy Notley, number 32 right there. He's just throwing the best angle he can. Guy tried to give him a stutter step, but he was out of bounds before he even tried to reach the ball. Good job, good pursuit by Andy Notley right there. The Panthers have a turnover on downs, and they will start from their own 33-yard line with 9:08 left in the second quarter.
So now back to your offensive hat.
Got to get on the edge still, I think. Well, they tried to give the ball to Mr. Ed right there, and they're winning the line of scrimmage right now up front. Some of the things I saw and read on this DeSoto Eagle defense, they are very fast and quick with their front four, especially from Veal. Montez Pippins Reddick is really good on the inside. They run to the football very aggressively and very hard.
Yeah, 287 and 305, the weights on those two youngers. So Peyton Powell going to throw the ball. Decides to run it instead. He's going to be short of the first, maybe about a half a yard short. Nope, about a full yard short, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 1 as they mark him at the 42.
And that's just a hard rush coming by DeSoto with Peyton making the read. He didn't have anything to throw to. Saw a running lane over to the left side. Did a good job of getting up and getting out there on about a 7 or 8 yard gain. This will be 3rd and 1 for the Panthers.
Yeah, very critical 3rd down play. We are early in the, we're about almost midway to the second quarter, 8:25.
Oh.
And they completely collapsed the middle of the Permian line. It's going to be 4th and 1.5.
They stunted right there, Barry. That defensive player right there just stunted around his block and made the play. Is Permian going to take a chance here?
Well, it's preseason.
It's preseason. Why not? 8:03 left, clock running. Permian's going to roll the dice, but not before they take their 3rd and final timeout.
Permian, final timeout of the half.
7:57 to play before half. Eagles lead at 14-0.
Wake up to eggs cooked to perfection, savory bacon, sausage and chorizo, and hot, fresh flour tortillas. Drive through for breakfast at Rosa's Cafe. Rosa's combines all your favorites into tasty breakfast tacos and serves them hot and fresh to get your day started right. Or try Rosa's Migas plate with beans and potatoes. Feeding a group? Rosa's breakfast taco platter is the perfect fit. So rise and shine. Life and breakfast is better at Rosa's Cafe.
The Dr. Pepper Transglobal Productions Game of the Week brought to you by Taco Villa and BCM and Associates, the oil field undertaker. So 4th down and about 1.5 yards. I'm going to put my money on number 25 keeping the ball. What do you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't bet against that right now. No. Oh, look at that pitch. Good read. Good pitch. And a good 1st down for the Permian offense.
Well, I was right for about half the play.
Yeah. Well, that's just the option play right there. You can see on our replay, he's going to, at the last moment, I'm talking about Peyton Powell, pitch the ball out to Hammond. Made one guy miss. Got a good block, looks like, from Tyler Ramage out here. And got some yardage out on the outside. Got a 1st down at the Eagle 45-yard line.
A 13-yard run by Hammond. That play has certainly worked tonight to the Panthers' advantage. Going to pitch the ball back to Caden Horrell, who will have more than 10 yards. Caden wraps up as they bring him to the ground at the 31-yard line, and another 16.
And there it is. Watch our replay right here now. Going to give the ball or fake it into the belly of Williams, and then a good job again of getting it outside. A nice little running lane out there for that running back to get on outside for Permian and pick up another first down.
Panthers' best penetration of the night. Now it looks like they're going to try to throw the ball here. Whip it out to Hammond. If he gets past that first man, he may have some yardage.
Oh, look at that
past
spin
the second.
move.
Does a great dancing with the stars spinning move all the way down to the 24-yard line. So a gain of 7.
This is just a little flare pass out here. Hammond does a good job of getting around that defender. And then watch the spin move right there. That kid lowered his head thinking he was going to go right to him and just spun around him, made a few more yards out of it. And they are at the Eagle 24-yard line driving for hopefully their first score of the ball game.
So second down and 3 on this series. Going to hand the ball off to Williams. He'll have the first or close to the first. Yes, he will. He will have it by about a yard down to the 20. Mr. Ed, dependable as ever. Down gets 4 yards, and it's going to be 1st and 10 now for Permian's offense from the Eagle 20.
And that's good blocking on that left side by Hinojos, the center, Paul Freeman, the left guard, and Sam Burns, the left tackle, to get Ed up to the outside there and to pick up that first down, as Barry said.
This Eagle team plays in a very tough 7-6-8 district.
With Cedar Hill.
Grand Prairie, South Grand Prairie, Mansfield, Mansfield Summit, Lake Ridge, and Waxahachie. Is Ed going to score his first of the game? He will score his first of the game and first of the year from 20 yards out. And Permian does as Kyle Hubbard was willing them to do, and that is get on the board with this drive.
And that's a great way. That's a great response by the Panther offense there after the forced turnover on downs. Watch the left side. Look at that hole right there, Barry. 72 for Permian. Landon Peterson didn't even have to block anybody. There was nobody there. That's bad technique by the DeSoto Eagle defense. The defensive tackler just came up the field, giving Ed Williams that lane to run through, and the Panthers are on the board for the first time in 2018. Fantastic job. At 5:41 left in the second quarter, DeSoto 14, Permian 7.
Forrest Brothers Tire and Alignment has kept you rolling since 1944. With 3 generations of ownership and 4 generations of management, Forrest Brothers Tire and Alignment carries the complete lines of Michelin and BF Goodrich. And we offer more than just tires, be it brakes or shocks. Your vehicle's best friend is Forrest Brothers Tire and Alignment. With 24-hour road service, you can count on us for all your tire and automotive needs. Forrest Brothers Tire and Alignment, with the largest fleet of service trucks in West Texas.
Texas Burger Ice Cream, the cool end to a great meal.
Williams had 17 scores last year, his first of the night and of the year, capping a 67-yard drive in 3:27 in 8 plays. And Williams 9 for 52 and a touchdown.
And I would think, Barry, that's got to give this offense not only some confidence, but it's going to get them to relax now and maybe start getting the flow of the game a little bit.
That was after the defense held on 4th down with a great play by, who was it?
Well, Ed Williams, and that was also Hammond.
No, the defensive play that forced
the
4th down.
From Notley again.
Yeah.
From making that play over on the far sideline, forcing him out of bounds for that 3-yard loss that actually turned the ball over and gave Permian decent field position, and they put some plays together.
Well, Carson Roberts did not miss a point after last year. He's 1 for 1 tonight. And now we'll kick the ball away. Now Permian can play some defense. There's 5:41 to play before half. Need to play some defense and maybe tie the thing up before we go to break.
I'd take a turnover.
Oh, I'd take that too.
That would be a big thing. See, they pooched it right there. It's open. Go get it. Go get it. Oh, I thought they were going to get it. Wow, I thought they were going to get on that football right there. It was on the turf for a minute. And this young man took a shot once he got the ball there. But I called it in the timeout. I thought they might pooch it and see if they could get a mistake, and they almost did it.
Our Trans-Global Productions Dr. Pepper Game of the Week brought to you in part by Rexco and E&E Service and Supply. So now they need to turn it up a notch on defense, maybe push him back a little bit and force a punt, if not a turnover. So Ward will look to his right, flip it out to his running back, who will run past the first attempted tackle, and that's all he's going to get. He will get 5 as they got him 5 yards down. Adeyemi, among others, getting the tackle on Hanspard.
Little swing pass to him, Barry, and he made a defender miss.
It was Alexander, not Hanspard.
Oh, Adeyemi almost had that up the sideline, Barry.
He almost jumped that route, didn't he?
He sure did. He read it well. That was going to be the quick screen. Watch up at the top, folks. He's just going to fight through. He sees it already. If this ball's a hair inside more, Adeyemi's got it for 6.
So it's going to be 3rd and 5. Let's see if the defense can tighten up here and force a kick. If not, a turnover, and Permian can take back over and have some time left to run before halftime.
So we get some pressure here now. Keep in your lanes. Oh, they stopped him. That is a great play by Matt Jones. Fantastic play by Matt Jones from his defensive end position.
Alexander on the ball carry, on the carry of the ball, but Matt Jones, number 18. He was 55 last year. He's changed to 18 in case you wonder what's going on here. And it's going to bring up a 4th down play and a punt after they only could pick up 2 out of the 5.
And there's a little more momentum right now, Barry, for the guys, the good guys in black and white right now. The one thing is, with the clock running, Permian has no timeouts to work with to finish the half with.
So right now there's 4:30 to play before.
Oh, they got the ball, Barry. Watch out. Oh, there is a huge turnover. That is a huge turnover for Permian right there. Well, the snap was terrible. It was right through his feet. Didn't make the play. Watch here, Barry. Just went right through his feet on a bad snap from the center. The punter didn't play it like a shortstop at all. Went through him once he got the ball. And you saw that whole host of black and white shirts with that P on their helmet make the play. And here's Permian in business now. 1st and 10 at the Eagle 10-yard line.
Yeah, if I'm number 25, Peyton Powell, I look at number 27 in the eye and said, this is your part of the field, buddy. How about getting yourself in that end zone for a second time tonight?
A healthy dose of number 27, I would think, right here. Nope, going to pitch it out wide. Hammond's out there. Ooh. And he's still going to get, almost got in, Barry. What a great run by Hammond. That is fantastic run. Watch here. He's going to quick pitch outside. Coming right in your living room, folks. Now we're going to change the angle there. Gets the guy to over pursue. There's a good hit by number 21, but he still keeps his feet moving and his balance to get on down to the Eagle 3-yard line.
7 carries, 684, and 5 scores on the ground for Justin Hammond last season. They're going to get him down at the 3. I had him at the 2, so the gain is 7. They cannot get a first down, I don't think.
No.
They have to get it in the end zone. Williams behind the quarterback. He's going to push. Is he in though?
No.
Is he in the end zone?
They're going to call him down.
They're going to mark him at the 1.
Yeah, they call forward progress stop at the 1. I don't think it's that bad a call, Barry. I think they had him, for the most part, stopped. I want you to notice the splits between the center and the guards right now. Seems to be a bigger split.
Also watch that number 18, Matt Jones, has come in.
Yeah.
So they probably will run in that direction, won't they?
I think he's probably going to play the tight end
they're
spot.
trying to figure out where to put him.
Look at the gap between the left guard and the center, Barry. They want to spread this defense out. And they just flat. What was that? They had a false start by the Panther offense.
Man, 5th penalty tonight, Kyle.
In the first half.
Yeah.
False start. Offense, number 6. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Well, they got a break there with that penalty, Barry, because DeSoto actually stunted and stopped Ed Williams in the backfield. Now you get a reprieve here at 3rd and 6. Let's see if they run a little misdirection, maybe try to get Peyton Powell out in open space on a bootleg, or see if they decide to run the option and get it out on the corner.
And your preference is what?
Get out on the corner. Well, there's Peyton. Oh, did not get there. Now this is an interesting decision for Jeff Ellison as early in the season as the new Panther head coach. He's going to have to make the decision on whether he wants to go for it or take the points.
Well, it's only a 20-yard kick for Carson Roberts. He had 6 field goals last year. One of them was 20.
And I like this call, Barry, because I think anytime you can get points, you take the points and keep the momentum. Got to execute here. Don't give up any penetration. Good snap, good hold, and a good solid kick by Carson ought to have 10 points on the board. And it is done.
So Permian has put 3 more on the board with 2:18 to play. Before half, the defense now has to defend and not let that 2:18 go the other way. 14 for the Eagles, 10 for the Panthers. Back to Ratliff in a moment.
Rexco! The Texas oil boom has returned, and Rexco Poly Fittings is your Lone Star choice in polyethylene, steel, and brass needs with a wide variety to choose from. Locally owned and operated in the Permian Basin since 1982, Rexco's experienced staff will help you get the right fittings and valves to help you get the job done. Go to RexcoPoly.com. Rexco, your poly supply company located in Midland and Odessa.
Rexco! Every day's a heavenly Sunday at Texas Burger.
Our Dr. Pepper Trans Global Productions Game of the Week brought to you in part by Diamond Pump and Transport and Odessa College. So after the punt roll between the legs of the DeSoto kicker, Permian took over at the 10, and the Eagles actually did a great job there, allowing only 7 yards in 4 plays, took 2 minutes and 2 seconds off the clock. Carson Roberts' 20-yard field goal is put 10 points on the board tonight for the Panthers and trail it 14-10.
And as I said in the break, Barry, to the 3 of us up here, that's a win for the DeSoto defense, even though I like Permian taking the points there. That's a good run by them right there, and a good tackle by the Panthers, number 40 for Permian. That is Teo Banks, and a sophomore outside linebacker making the play on special teams. Now 2:14 for the Eagles, 1 timeout. Permian has to be careful here. Couple things. Number 1, they've got to keep from giving up points at the end of the half. Okay? And by doing that, you get a chance to have momentum and start with possession in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Chanot is a pretty quick kid, isn't he?
He is very good. This team's got some speed at the skill position. You can see why they're a dangerous football team.
So Ward will whip it out here to the left. Nope, he's looking down the field, has a man open. Can he get him? Yep, and he's going to go all the way into the end zone. 1 play and 65 yards.
Well, they ran the pump and go or the stop and go down here, Barry. I'm talking about DeSoto here. They suckered the safety up here. This is number, I believe that's 21. That is Keaton Armstrong. He bit on the stop route, and then just quarterback did a good job of getting the ball to him in open space. And the Eagles, one play, as you said, one big strike, and another touchdown on the board.
And only 8 seconds, or 11 seconds used off the clock to go the 65 yards in one play. Well, that's the one thing you didn't want to have happen. Eagles' extra point is good from Blodgett, and they now lead it by 21-10 after the Permian defense had done so well those last couple of series. 2:03 to play before halftime, 21-10 Eagles.
For great flooring values and real customer service, forget the frustration of the big box stores. Paul Evans trained flooring professionals will save you time, money, and hassle on your next flooring project. Whether do-it-yourself or professionally installed, Paul Evans offers great values on carpet, tile, hardwood, and waterproof flooring. Paul Evans Flooring, Odessa and Midland. For over 30 years,
You just can't beat a Paul Evans deal.
Our Transglobal Productions Dr. Pepper Game of the Week brought to you by Medical Center, Odessa Regional Medical Center, and by Hoke and Thorpe CPAs. They going to pooch it?
Yeah, looks like they are. Well, no, kick it deep. I wouldn't pooch it either. I'd make Permian have to go the full distance. Okay, 2:03. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Panthers here. Again, they have no timeouts to work with. Used them all earlier in the first half. Got to be careful here. See if you can make some plays happen, maybe with a big play, a big run. If you do get some going right now, you're either going to have to get to the line of scrimmage and spike the ball, or get out of bounds, try to save and conserve as much time as you can with, again, 2:03 and the ball on your own 25-yard line.
Powell 2 of 4 for 17 yards thus far, as the Panthers, much like the last couple of years, has elected to keep the ball on the ground. Going to hand it off to Williams. They've kind of closed down on him after that 20-yard run. We'll get him out to the 29 for a gain of 4.
And he'll have to come out for a play since his helmet came off. Permian on first down, just seeing if they could get a crease inside the guards or where the guards and the tackles are. DeSoto played that pretty well for a 4-yard gain. Clock running. Let's see what Permian dials up here on 2nd and 6 from the 29-yard line.
Dominic Nelson added running back in place of Williams. Going to pitch it back to Caden Harrell, who will have the first down. Caden pushes all the way out to the 39-yard line for another gain of 10. Boy, he's running good tonight.
He is running very well tonight and got outside on the corner out there to the far side. Good job of running to daylight and getting that Panther first down at the 39.
Problem is the time left on the clock, 1:20 and counting, and Permian with no timeouts left. So they're going to have to put the ball up at some point, aren't they?
Well, they've got 2 high safeties or 2 deep safeties, so getting behind them's not going to be very easy, as Ed Williams almost broke one right there off the left side for a nice 6 or 7 yard gain on first down. Permian going no huddle, getting the plays from the sideline over here. Let's see what they dial up on 2nd and about 3 or 4 yards.
Down to less than 50 seconds to play before half. Going to pitch the ball back to Hammond again. Hammond with a cowboy on his back will get down to the 43, and a late flag comes in maybe for a face mask.
Yes, that's what it's going to be, Barry. They did grab him as he got around the corner here. That's a break for Permian now.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 20. 15 yards added to the end of the run. First down.
That stops the clock and allows Permian to call a play here now. This is going to get all the way down
to the 28.
29-yard line of the Eagles. Let's see if Permian takes a shot here maybe. I tell you, their two safeties are not going to let anything behind them right now. And they're playing bump and run coverage. We call that cover 2, Barry. They're going to just stay with those receivers, let them go, and let the safeties pick them up as they go deep. Middle of the field might be wide open here for some kind of pass.
39 seconds, 29 yards. Caden Harrell on the carry again. Harrell cuts it back inside. Caden is going to get down to the 18, 19-yard line.
They're going to have to get up there and either spike the ball or run a play because the clock is running. 19 seconds. Here we go. Look there. Oh, did he catch it? No. Tried a little misdirection right there, Barry, on a little bootleg play. Fake to the back coming this way, and then Peyton Powell rolling to his left. Here's our replay. Watch. Ed Williams out in the flat. Peyton sets his feet. Throws it just a little more here. He gets a touchdown.
Well, I mean, you've got 10 seconds. You can't stop the clock, and it's 3rd and 1.
Unless you go to the end zone here. No, that you can't have. You can't have that. Are they going to call him down? My goodness gracious. Are they going to call him down back here? I think they're going to call him down.
It's a 4th down and 1.
No, they're going to go back to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be an incomplete pass. Permian's going to have the ball 4th and 1 at their own, right outside the 20-yard line. This will be a 37-yard field goal attempt for Carson. No, this will be Isaiah Casillas. Or is it Carson?
Should be Carson Roberts.
Boy, he kicked it well.
And Roberts good from 37 yards out for the 2nd time tonight. And as we go to break and to halftime, our score, the Eagles of DeSoto 21 and the Panthers 13.
BCM and Associates Incorporated, the Oilfield Undertaker. BCM provides turnkey services to plug and abandon oil and gas wells in the Permian Basin. BCM has 7 highly trained plugging crews based in Odessa and Hobbs, New Mexico. BCM will prepare and file regulatory forms. We also buy leases for production and salvage. Go to bcmandassociates.com for services, pipe, plus equipment for sale. bcmandassociates.com. The Oilfield Undertaker.
From the creators of Dr. Pepper comes the story of a town where every day is Saturday and everyone is a fan. And this fall comes the most dramatic season I can feel it of their lives.
What is it? New neighbor, Sheriff.
We're Batmans.
Everyone wants that trophy.
Are you kidding me?
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville, kicking off this fall.
Well, after the first half of play, it is the Eagles of DeSoto 21, the Panthers 13. And both teams now back onto the field. So as You had a chance to talk to your defense and your offense at halftime. What kind of things did you discuss?
Well, I think they certainly had to discuss defensively how to maybe make some adjustments on coverage in the secondary. In the first half, DeSoto had 337 yards of total offense. 283 of that was through the airways on 9 of 14 passing for the DeSoto offense for Shandarian Ward. They had 3 receivers, 2 of them, well actually one, Kenneth Salter, 102 yards and a touchdown catching the football. Lawrence Arnold, 81 yards and a touchdown, and Vontae Chenal had 69 yards. I think they probably talked a little bit, and I'm talking about Permian, about making some adjustments and in the secondary, getting some coverage in. They didn't run the ball all that much. I'm talking about DeSoto, 54 yards in the first half. Permian, total offense 196 yards, led by on the ground Ed Williams, no surprise, 12 carries, 64 yards and a touchdown. Justin Hammond's got 7 carries for 49. And throwing the football in the first half, Peyton Powell 2 of 3 for 17. I think they're going to have to maybe attack in the airways a little bit. You know, Barry, we were talking after we got off the air at half. I said one of the things that they might look at is the fact that, you know, you've had all these penalties, 4 for 45, some of them in key situations. They've given up some big plays in the first half, and yet it's 21-13 with a chance to start with the ball in the second half. You're basically down a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. You're still in the ball game, so you find ways to be positive and make some things happen.
This will go into the end zone, and Permian will come out to the 20.
And we'll see what kind of adjustments they've made offensively in the first half. They've had some opportunities to get out in space on the corners with their option game. As we said, Ed Williams has busted some runs here and there. Let's see if they have found a way to adjust to the speed and the quickness of this DeSoto Eagle defense and put a drive together and get on the board to start the third quarter.
Starting for the 25, not the 20, so it's first down. They'll have Williams in the backfield with Peyton Powell, quarterback, and then his complement of receivers around him. Going to pitch the ball back. Let's see if, well, DeSoto may have made an adjustment on that play as Permian gets a couple.
Yeah, you could think that they probably talked about giving up some of those alleys that they were, I'm talking about Permian running into, trying to get outside on. I'm sure they talked a little bit about closing some of that down, and if they do, then they're going to have to hit Ed up in the middle and make some plays there as well.
So 2nd and 9, the gain was just a single yard for Ed Williams. Averaged just a bit more than 5 a carry. There in the first half, gets the call here, and it'll bring up a 3rd and about 4.
Good little run off the right side there by the Permian offense. Again, those guys up front, Landon Peterson, Dawson Reynolds, John Hinojos, Paul Freeman, and Sam Burns. The Panther offensive line is got to get a little crisper with their blocks. Still got a good gain there. But here's 3rd and 5. A big 3rd down for the Panther offense.
They're going to run it or throw it. Let's see if Peyton keeps it or pitches it. He does pitch it out to Harrell, and that's going to be about a yard short.
Yeah, they've made the adjustment. Their safeties are going to come on and get in those alleys when the pitch takes place. That's when you fake it and then hit somebody right up the seam on a pass play. It's 4th and short, and Permian is going to roll the dice early here in the third quarter, going for it on 4th down.
So when they roll the dice, what number is going to get called?
I think 27 is going to get the ball right here. I think they can get around the corner. Now let's see what the safeties do here, Barry. Let's see if they roll a safety up
4
to the
seconds,
outside.
3, 2, 1, and they are out of time. That's it.
They're going to call a timeout to start with.
Timeout, Permian. First timeout of the half.
Wake up to eggs cooked to perfection, savory bacon, sausage and chorizo, and hot, fresh flour tortillas. Drive through for breakfast at Rosa's Cafe. Rosa's combines all your favorites into tasty breakfast tacos and serves them hot and fresh to get your day started right. Or try Rosa's Migas plate with beans and potatoes. Feeding a group? Rosa's breakfast taco platter is the perfect fit. So rise and shine. Life and breakfast is better at Rosa's Cafe.
Our Dr. Pepper Transglobal Productions Game of the Week brought to you in part by Forest Brothers Tire and Alignment and by Nimbus Drinking Water Systems. So you're still looking at Ed Williams to get the call here?
I think so, unless they see something different in the defense. They change here on the line of scrimmage or from the sideline, but with a timeout, you would think they're not going to make a change. They're going to call a play and run it and see if they can get this first down, keep this drive to start the third quarter going for this Panther offense.
Well, a precarious part of the field for sure. It's on the Panther 34-yard line. They have to touch the 35. The ball has to touch that big wide stripe for a first. So let's see what Peyton Powell has called up. He's going to hand it off to Williams. He has the first and about 6 more.
That's a
good call.
Good spin move right there by Ed after he got past the line of scrimmage. Made a guy miss. Watch a replay right here. Made a guy miss right there. That's number 34 for the DeSoto defense. That's Byron Murphy getting kind of juked a little bit by Ed right there. And the Panthers have another first down, and we have an injury on a timeout on the field.
E&E Service and Supply is your leader in well service supplies and rig packages. We manufacture oil savers, rod transfers, rod strippers, pipe wiper blocks, weight indicators and pads, rope sockets, drop valves, guy line blocks, swab mandrels, fishing tools, slip cylinders for Advance, BJ, and Giberson, and a whole lot more. Please come by E&E Service and Supply at 3501 Brazos.
Enjoy the best cheeseburger in town at Texas Burger.
Williams' run sets Permian up with a 1st and 10 from the 40. Dr. Pepper and Transglobal Productions Game of the Week brought to you in part by the Odessa Booster Club, Permian Booster Club, and Paul Evans Carpets as well. So 1st and 10 now, opening drive of the second half. Going to pitch it out again to Hammond. Hammond will have a lot of running room. Hammond's going to be all the way down inside the 45 of DeSoto and down to the 42-yard line.
That's a good read by Peyton Powell right there on the option. Watch the Transglobal Productions instant replay. Reads it, pulls it, gets a little pressure, and gets the ball out to Hammonds in space. Right in stride. Good run by Justin, and a good first down for Permian at the DeSoto 41-yard line.
How many yards did he have? 19 on that one. Horrell, is he going to get the carry here? Nope, they're going to hand it off inside to Bistered, who will get some minimal yardage down to the 37.
That's unofficially. I have 68. Larry has 69 yards for Hammond with that run.
And Williams has.
And Ed's got 74 now.
So, man, neck and neck.
Well, and that's good balance, inside, outside.
Sure.
If you can get Peyton to maybe get about 50 or 60 running the football, then you've got a kind of a three-headed monster right there running game-wise. It's going to put some pressure on defenses.
Now they got 6 on first down, 2nd and 4. Got 4 on first down, 2nd and 6. Williams will get the carry and get it within a couple of what they need for the first.
Good penetration by the DeSoto Eagle defense right there on the Panther right side of their offensive line to hold that. If he doesn't make that play, I'm talking about that defender right there, Ed may be running still. That's good blocking, though. Third and manageable here now. You're in 4-down territory. If you're going to go for it down here on your end, why not here? We're going to get the first down here. I think Mr. Ed's going to get the ball again.
So 3rd and 2, Horrell. Going to be Williams, and he's going to be very close to what he needs, maybe a half a yard short. Yep, going to be about a half a yard short.
So I think they'll probably go for it here, Barry. I'm totally expecting that right now.
Well, like you said, if they did it down on that end, why not do it here?
4th and short at the Eagle 31.5-yard line.
Does Peyton keep it?
No,
I guess he keeps it depending on what the defense gives him.
What the defense gives him, yeah. If they're going to run the option here, he's going to read what the defense gives him here.
Okay, so they've got to cross the 31-yard line for a first down.
Oh, they ran the reverse. That's a nice call and a nice play by Permian right there on the reverse to Hammond for the Eagle, for the Panther first down. Watch it here. Fake. The option goes to the left, but Hammond is giving the ball on the reverse to the right. Good job by Justin to find the crease and get upfield for another Panther first down.
That was a good bit of niftiness on the part of the quarterback, Powell. This is the 10th play of the drive that began back on the 25. We are the opening series of the second half. Permian trailing by 21-13.
Oh, look at there. Look at there. That's a nifty piece of ball handling by Peyton Powell right there. I'm not sure that's the way that play was designed, but it worked. Watch here on our replay. Oh, he sees penetration coming from the left side, so he just reverses. And DeSoto, you can bet that young man right there is going to be talked to about having contain on the backside. Peyton read it and got out there and ended up getting another Permian first down.
So the drive started back on the 25. It's now 1st and 10 from the 12. Permian had a 1st and goal from the 10 after a botched snap on a punt. Could not get it into the end zone. Forced him to
look at there.
Instead kick the ball. Now they throw it to Hammond. And so Peyton Powell with his first touchdown pass of the season. First time he and Hammond have hooked up into the end zone. And now Permian is a 2-point try away from tying this one up.
And see Hammond just released right there at the top of the formation. That's what happens when you run that option play, Barry, and you get them to start thinking they've got to overcommit to the outside. Hammond just released with no safety in the middle of the field, and Peyton did a nice job of getting the ball to Hammond for the Panther touchdown.
11-play drive, 75 yards. Instead of going for the tying 2-point play, they send in Carson Roberts, who now draws them within 21-20. So they take the opening drive and move it down the field into the 6:53 mark to play in the third. Eagles 21, Panthers 20.
For great flooring values and real customer service, forget the frustration of the big box stores. Paul Evans trained flooring professionals will save you time, money, and hassle on your next flooring project. Whether do-it-yourself or professionally installed, Paul Evans offers great values on carpet, tile, hardwood, and waterproof flooring. Paul Evans Flooring, Odessa and Midland. For over 30 years,
you just can't beat a Paul Evans deal.
All right, Trans Global Productions, Dr. Pepper Game of the Week, brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance agent Mike Podzemny and Texas Burger. Well, the thing that you harp on actually came true tonight, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Got to score points before the half. You had possession to start the second half. You go down and score a touchdown, and you got a 10-point turnaround for Permian now at 21-20. A little momentum for you. and you've kept their offense off the field. So now maybe your defense can get fired up and come out this first series and make something happen and continue this momentum to go into the third quarter.
75 yards, 11 plays, 5 minutes, 7 seconds. The 12-yard pass from Powell to Hammond for the score in Permian after the extra point from Roberts. Trail by 1 at 21-20.
Oh, that's a clip. And they got it. They called it. He saw it on the backside. Boy, Permian guy just got absolutely decleated from the backside. Maybe we can see that again, but Dan Rankin, our head official, will give us a call.
Blocking it back. You're in the return team. Number 1. Yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
That is Dan Rankin, our head referee. Phil Atkins, the umpire. Watch up at the top here as I continue with that. So it's right there, right where the ball carrier was. That's where the penalty was. Chad Morris is the line judge. Gary Speed, the head linesman. Noe Muniz, the back judge. Jesse Mendoza, the field judge. And Chris Harlow, the side judge. Again, this is a Permian Basin chapter officiating crew. Well, the penalty's going to move the ball back, Barry, to around the 26-yard line. So the Panther defense has them kind of backed up here on their end. Let's see if they make something happen here on their first possession that they're on the field to start the third quarter with.
Yeah, and Chanot, who was whistled for the infraction, got hurt in the process. He's okay. They trotted him off the field. So now 1st and 10 for the Eagles. So he puts the running back in motion. They're going to look his way. Going to try to hit him.
Oh, it's a ball. Oh. Is that a lateral?
Well, let's find out.
Nope.
Nope.
They're going to call it incomplete.
But it doesn't hurt to have you run it in.
Well, it was close, and we don't probably maybe have the best angle to that, but, you know, that's a backward pass or lateral if it goes behind the line of scrimmage. And
well, the local fandom think that it was, but it is not according to the officials. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line for the Eagles. The Panthers can turn them back in this drive. Having scored the last 2 times they've had the ball, momentum may be changing.
Well, they didn't have the ball marked right there. They moved it back up to the original line of scrimmage, which is the 26-yard line of DeSoto.
Senior should show something. Shandarian Ward, the quarterback, hands the ball up to run behind the beef.
That's good defense inside by Permian right there.
Well, that's some good beef. 320, 260, 325, 320, and 255.
That's Matt Jones from his defensive end position making the play. They got about almost 5 out of it, Barry. So this is 3rd and 5, almost 6. Let's see if the Panther defense can stop them here and get off the field and get the ball back to their offense. Here comes pressure. And that's a good completion by them right there. That's a good job of them rolling out to the far side. Permian got pressure off the back end. Did not get there. And that's a good sprint out pass and a completion for DeSoto for a first down at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, Adigimi let him get away just enough to be able to complete that pass. So now they're going to hand it off up the middle. Somebody needs to get him on the ground. Wow, man, that shoestring tackle by Stell might have kept 6 out of the end zone.
Well, that's just the give right up inside. Watch the that's just zone blocking and finding a crease. And, boy, he had a full head of steam. And Stell doesn't grab something right there low. He's probably in the end zone.
21 yards on the run. Has a man open, cannot complete it. Got behind Adeyemi, but it was thrown just a little bit too far, and will bring up a 2nd and 10.
Not bad coverage by Adeyemi there. He was almost really right with him there. Had to be a perfect pass, and it was not. And that young man over there has got a little problem getting off the field after trying to make a diving catch in the end zone for a DeSoto touchdown, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from the 36-yard line on the Panthers side of the field. Hands the ball off inside. And the official got a little bit of a screen there. And going to bring up a 3rd down play. They got 8 yards on that one. And it's going to be 3rd and 2.
And that was just a little give right up inside again. The Panther inside linebackers have got to fill those gaps inside and stop that run for no gain.
Well, there's just a lot of room up there in the middle right now, Kyle.
And they're winning the line of scrimmage, Barry. Exactly right. They are winning the line of scrimmage. Cameron Martinez from his outside linebacker position to make the play. But again, that's another first down. You're exactly right. They're winning the war up front.
8 yards on that one, down to the Panther 20. So they go right back to the run, and they get 4 on this one to the 16.
They're using their big bodies right now and daring Permian to stop them inside with their run game.
So Permian had a 11-play drive. This will be the 9th play of the drive for the Eagles going back the other way. They have the 1-point lead at 21-20. We are late in the 3rd with 4.5 to play. And that time just some sweeping at the bottom by Rodriguez. Got enough of the running back to put him on the turf by Hernandez.
That might be Easton Hernandez.
Yeah, Hernandez,
right
not
there.
Rodriguez. And he took the ankle out, and that put the running back on the ground at the 18-yard line, and a loss of 2, and brings up a 3rd down, and, well, about 7, isn't it?
Permian brought a run blitz there. That's how they got in those gaps to make that play. Now, this could be a 4-point play right here, Barry. Ran the slant. I believe that's a catch, and it will be a first down. They ran the quick slant to the outside in front of Andy Emmy. Made the play, but not before another DeSoto first down.
So now the 11th play of this drive. After the Panthers had an 11-play drive going back the other way, resulting in a Hammond score on the pass from Peyton Powell. Now the Panther defense needs to tighten up. And Schauner back there defensively, it falls incomplete.
That's a good no call because both offensive and defensive players there had their hands on each other, both pushing and shoving. That's a great no call down here, and that pass had to be perfect in order for it to be completed. Good coverage by Schauner there, and an incomplete pass for the Eagles, making 2nd and goal from the 9.
Yep, they cannot get a first down. They're at the 9-yard line. Here comes the pressure. Up the middle, Permian trying to grab a hold of him. And they got just enough. As Adams got just enough, he's down. Well, actually, the gain is only 1 to the 8, so it's going to be goal from the 8.
They brought a run blitz. I'm talking about Permian there on that play, and Tanner Adams just did a good job of scraping outside and filling a gap to make that play. They didn't get much, about a half a yard.
Yeah, about a half yard, so it's either in the end zone or nothing. It's 3rd down. Here comes the pressure.
That's good defense.
That's just good defense by Permian. They're trying to get Chanot tries to get an over-the-top penalty. There is a flag over here on the 8-yard line, so let's check and see what that one's all about. Maybe they had jumped.
I think
or lined up in the neutral zone.
I think they're going to call interference here, Barry. We'll get the call from Dan Rankin here, but I think
the guy back that has the call doesn't make it, but the guy over here on the side does.
Well, they had a flag on the far side,
too.
Okay. By both teams. Ineligible receiver downfield on the offense.
That's what this one is.
That's on this sideline.
Holding on the eligible receiver on the defense. Penalties offset. Replay 3rd down.
Okay, Permian's brought a blitz. Watch it here. See the outside guy coming? That's Easton Hernandez on a blitz. And Adiemi had single man-to-man coverage, and they felt like that was a little bit of holding and a penalty. And, of course, you had the ineligible man downfield here. So offsets, 3rd and goal from the 9.
Let's see if Ward throws it or runs it. He's going to roll to his right. Wow. And he just whipped that thing into Chanot, and Chanot grabbed it out of thin air. And the Eagles are on the board for the 4th time tonight.
Well, when I say push off, I don't mean he pushed off. He ran a hard route to the end zone and then stopped and came back, and Adiemi wasn't able to react quick enough to get back into coverage, and it is another DeSoto touchdown.
And the extra point does count. So 28-20, our new score, with 2:51 to play in the 3rd.
Diamond Pump and Transport LLC specializes in oil field transportation. We are locally owned and operated and do business in the Permian Basin and West Texas areas. We also provide hot oil service, acid pumping, water hauling, tank cleaning, and other types of oil field transport and hauling services. We invite you to call us today. Diamond Pump and Transport LLC, 432-617-8084.
Transglobal Productions Dr. Pepper Game of the Week brought to you in part by Medical Center Hospital, Rosa's Cafe and Tortilla Factory and Complex Community Federal Credit Union. So the 75-yard 11-play drive by Permian is matched by DeSoto going 13 plays, 75 yards and 354. On a third down play, the 8-yard pass from the quarterback Ward to his wide receiver Chanot, and 28-20, our score at 2:51 to play in the third.
And that was just a big answer by DeSoto right there after Permian went down and scored to cut it to 1.
Well, he just drove the defensive back deep and then just slammed on the brakes, didn't he?
He did, and as I said, Adiemi could not recover into coverage there, and pretty easy throw and catch right there for DeSoto. Now, if you're Permian offensively, now you have to just wipe the slate clean, put another drive together, go down, score, and if you do, I think you got to be thinking about maybe a 2-point conversion if you get in the end zone. So let's see what Permian dials up here.
How many yards does Peyton Powell have rushing?
He's got 15 carries for 48 yards, according to Larry. So he's had a decent night running the football.
About 3 yards a carry. So Mr. Ed gets 1 on first down from the 25, brings up 2nd and 9.
That's good penetration and good defense right there by the. Yeah. And I believe we've got an injury timeout on the field.
Let's go! The Texas oil boom has returned, and Rexco Poly Fittings is your Lone Star choice in polyethylene, steel, and brass needs with a wide variety to choose from. Locally owned and operated in the Permian Basin since 1982, Rexco's experienced staff will help you get the right fittings and valves to help you get the job done. Go to RexcoPoly.com. Rexco, your poly supply company located in Midland and Odessa.
Let's go! Enjoy a Texas Burger chicken strip dinner today.
So Permian now back on offense, throws the ball back to Hammond, and Hammond going to have enough for the first and a whole lot more than that.
Ran the option to this side, Barry, and Peyton Powell decided he was going to keep the ball off the fake to Ed Williams, the up back, and then make that quick pitch to Hammond around the corner for a Permian first down at their own 40-yard line.
Into 14 by Hammond. Now back to Ed Williams. Up. I think there's going to be a penalty. We'll have to check that one out first.
Larry's calling it here.
Legal motion, offense, 2 men in motion. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Well, again, another key penalty, Barry, on first down here. To back them up 5, make it 1st and 15 from their own 35-yard line. But, again, this is first game. First game jitters. Game speed is different than practice speed. You got to work this stuff out as you go through the year and kind of make an adjustment. Permian will do that.
By the way, Rodney Gann is in at left tackle. This will be Peyton Powell. Powell got back the 5 they lost, and a whole lot more than that, as they don't run him out of bounds until he gets close to the 40-yard line. It looks like maybe the 42-yard line is where they're going to mark him.
It's just a little quarterback draw, allowing the DeSoto defensive front to kind of take themselves out of the play. That's a good job by Peyton there to get another Panther first down.
And it's 22 yards on the run by the quarterback, Powell, getting his first start at the man under center for Permian after the last couple of years of leading the Midland Christian Mustangs. So the handoff to Williams will get him down to the 39. I think we'll take 4 from Ed Williams all day long, won't we?
I think 3 to 4 yards. You're exactly right.
In a cloud of AstroTurf burn.
Yeah, or tire, if you want to, those little rubber pellets that come up when you hit them just right. But that's not bad on first down. 2nd and 7 now from the 40-yard line.
Yeah, he got 3, not 4. So 2nd and 7 from the 40. Harrell coming back the other way. Williams, they're going to get him pretty close this time to the line of scrimmage. They're going to mark him at the 37-yard line.
And I tell you, Barry, the inside defensive front of the DeSoto Eagles is giving the Panthers, I'm talking about the Permian offensive line, a little fit right now. They are just clogging it up enough not to let Ed get going. You can bet DeSoto has seen some film on Ed Williams from the past, and they've certainly coached those kids up to take that away.
So 3rd and 4. And the fumble is going to be picked up, it looks like, by the Eagles. So a mishandled between Powell and it looked like Hammond maybe. And the ball falls down to the ground and is recovered at the 39-yard line.
And that's the one thing with the option game, Barry. Look here, sometimes you get that idea. I think it just got on his hip, and the penetration from number 48 right there for the Eagle defense. That's Morris Foster. The penetration from Foster, along with that ball being, looks like on Peyton's hip right there, forced the fumble, the first turnover of the night for the Panthers, and it's going to give DeSoto the ball on their own 39-yard line.
Yeah, the first fumble of the night for either team, first turnover by either team actually. So now from the 39-yard line, goes DeSoto. They're looking deep. They're looking to try to get it all at one play. Ward rolling to the right. Just kind of throws that thing out of bounds. Easton Hernandez was on the hunt. I don't see how that could be a, what's the word? I mean, not throwing it to anybody, but
well, just threw it away because he's outside the tackle box there, and he's getting pressure, as you said, coming from the left side of the Panther defense. That's a smart play by that. I mean, just get rid of it and live to play another day.
And Hernandez has speed, we know, and he's starting an outside linebacker this year and showed the speed on that play. So they're going to run the ball here and not going to get anywhere as Matt Jones will grab a hold of him to begin with. Now, we've seen Matt on offense a couple of times. Or is that tight end play going to be used this year, you hope?
Well, I don't know. That kind of depends on what defensive fronts they see as they scout and look at those films that they get from the other team.
Well, I'd sure like to see Matt catch a few right down the middle, right down the seam, wouldn't you?
Well, I think so, but I'll tell you right now, Matt needs something to happen on defense right here. Boy, they threw that pass. Oh, and he dropped it over there on the sideline as he was rolling out. I tell you, their quarterback right there took a shot as he delivered the ball, but it's going to be incomplete. The Panther defense is held, and they're going to get the football with about, well, it's going to be pretty close to the end of the third quarter here, only down by 8 points.
Again, Cameron Martinez, who has been in all over the place on putting pressure on the quarterback, number 33, was able to get there again, senior linebacker for Permian.
That's
let's
good
see
pressure.
if they get a better snap here for the punter. That led to one of Permian's field goals because they snapped it between his legs. This one's a little bit better. Gets the ball away. Nobody touches him. Fair catch called for and caught at the 26-yard line.
Well, that's a good job by the Panther defense right there to force a turnover on downs, or actually 3 and out and having to punt. And here we are again, Barry, only down a score with a 2-point conversion. Make some plays happen. This will be the last play of the third quarter. See if you can make something happen as you roll over into the fourth quarter and put some pressure on this DeSoto team by getting in the end zone, tying it up maybe with a 2-point conversion, and then seeing if you can win the fourth quarter.
Think they had a chance of throwing it deep here?
Not on this play, I don't think so. That's Ed Williams up the middle off the right side for about 3 or 4, and that'll be the end of the third quarter.
It's the end of the third quarter.
And that brings us to the end of 3. Eagles have led all the way tonight. They had a 14-0 lead, but they lead this one now by 28-20 as we turn the clock over to the fourth quarter in just a moment.
BCM and Associates Incorporated, the Oilfield Undertaker. BCM provides turnkey services to plug and abandon oil and gas wells in the Permian Basin. BCM has 7 highly trained plugging crews based in Odessa and Hobbs, New Mexico. BCM will prepare and file regulatory forms. We also buy leases for production and salvage. Go to bcmandassociates.com for services, pipe, plus equipment for sale. bcmandassociates.com. The Oilfield Undertaker.
As we come back for the fourth quarter of play tonight, the Dr. Pepper Trans Global Productions Game of the Week, brought to you in part by Hoganthorpe CPAs and Odessa Regional Medical Center. First play was a 4-yard gain, setting up a 2nd and 6 for Permian from their 31-yard line, trailing by 8. And the fourth quarter of play has arrived.
Oh, Ed got through there. That's a good job on the right side of that line to spring him for a first down. That's good running by Ed Williams right there.
That puts him over 100, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it's going to be close. I think Larry said he had 91.
That's 11, so that's 102.
Yep, you're right. So another 100-yard night for Ed Williams and another, and more important, first down for the Panther offense.
If he's moving the chains, that's a good thing. So first and 10 now from the 42-yard line for Permian. Need to get this thing in the end zone, get the 2-point conversion that Kyle's been talking about. Only a couple of yards on first down.
Tell you, they're really sucking inside right now, trying to take that away. I wouldn't be surprised to see Permian run that little reverse again after they fake the handoff and bring Hammond or somebody from the slot around from the other side. They are really over pursuing inside. I think they could get around the corner here.
What about that play they did to Hammond earlier?
That was the reverse. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see if they do that. They're going to quick pitch it outside. That's a good cut right there, again, by the running back.
Caden Horrell. Well, Horrell has had a good night tonight.
He has run the ball very well tonight. See if we can get a pick there off of Larry. 37 yards, plus 2, about 5. 4 yards maybe?
No, 3.
3 yards. So he's had a decent night running the football too. It's a good little twist, and here's a big 3rd and 6 for the Panther offense.
So the line to gain is going to be the Eagle 48.
Look at there. Oh. Yep, I think that's a turnover. Did it hit the ground? Nope, I think that's going to be a turnover, Barry. It'll be an interception for the Eagles at their own 42-yard line. Well, they tried to bootleg here off to the other side, and Peyton tried to fit that ball in there, and that's just good closing speed by the defender right there with Hammond coming across the middle. Just didn't get the ball there in time and quick enough, and it is the 2nd turnover for the Permian offense tonight. And the Eagles have the ball, as I said, on their own 42-yard line.
Yeah, consecutive drives, consecutive turnovers, a fumble loss, now an interception. So now from the 42-yard line, the Eagles on first down. And the ball to the running back. Has the first down and quite a bit more as they give it off to Tyson Alexander. He's going to be down inside the Permian side of the field, down to the 44-yard line.
And the Permian defense has got to step up right here, Barry. They cannot have a letdown emotionally off the turnover. Do not give this team a chance to get their momentum going now. Got to stop them and get the ball back for their offense again.
That was a 14-yard run for the Eagles. Now the quarterback, Ward's going to keep it. Not really a lot of running room. Is going to get down to the 41, so he does get 3.
I think that's Andy Notley again from his inside linebacker position. I've got him unofficially tonight with 7 tackles right now from his linebacker position. I think he's an early candidate for our defensive MVP.
Who else do you have that you're kind of looking at?
Well, I think Matt Jones has played well. I think Tanner Adams has played well. That would be a couple of guys right offhand that I would be talking about. We got a penalty on the play. It's probably illegal procedure on the Eagles.
False start, offense, number 51. 5-yard penalty, second down.
So it is against DeSoto. Going to bring up a second down play from the 46-yard line. So 2nd and 12. Defense needs to bow up here. And they're just finding so much room there in the middle, Kyle.
They really are. And the play action pass there, Barry, is what set that up. It froze the linebackers and made them play run first. And then that receiver just slipped in behind the linebackers, as I said. Adams on the tackle there, right in front of the safeties for a big gain and a first down.
Well, it was a gain of 26 yards down to the 20-yard line. Now back to Alexander.
Again, they're testing Permian's manhood right now inside, thinking that they cannot stop them on their running game in between the tackles, and then they're going to, as we saw, play action pass off of it on the previous play before that.
338 unofficial yards passing tonight for DeSoto.
He catch that? Nope, he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Schauner had good coverage.
He did, and that was just a little fade route on the top of the formation. The reason that pass took play, watch Permian bringing heat, bringing 6, 7, 8 guys up in front. He almost caught that.
No, he was out of bounds.
Yeah, he was out of bounds, but that's why they threw the fade, because Permian brought pressure and played single man-to-man, one-on-one coverage on the outside. They thought they could hit the fade and just did not execute it.
So 3rd and 5, they can get a first down at the 10-yard line. Going to whip it out to Alexander, who gets the first.
Yeah, this is going to be a hold. This is very obvious here.
Yeah, that yellow flag is going to put them back about 10 yards from that from the spot foul.
Number 12 is going to try to make his case that he didn't hold, but we get a chance to see this. This is pretty obvious out here. This is just a little bubble screen.
Holding. Offense, number 12. 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
And the receiver out here, watch. He's just going to throw the quick screen out here. Watch number 12 tackle the guy right there. That's number 21, Keaton Armstrong, getting taken down on a good WWE move there on the outside. And just didn't execute it well, and the 10-yard penalty moves them back to the Permian 21-yard line.
Yep, so it's going to be a 3rd down and 11 at that point.
That's a good play by Tanner Adams right there, because they set up the screen, allowing the defensive end. Watch the defense just come blowing through. They set the screen up, but Tanner read it, got in between those guys. That's perfectly read by Tanner Adams right there.
So that's going to take him down to the 15-yard line, and that means that they're going to have Blodgett come in and kick the field goal. It's going to come from the 22-yard line, so 32 yards away for Garrett Blodgett.
Need a block here, Barry.
Put 3 more on the board.
Well, they almost got there, but I believe that's going to be good.
And Blodgett is good from the 32 yards away. So 3 more on the board for the Eagles. 11-point margin now at 31-20 with 7:24 to play in the ball game.
From the creators of Dr. Pepper comes the story of a town where every day is Saturday and everyone is a fan. And this fall comes the most dramatic season I can feel it of their lives.
What is it? New neighbor, Sheriff.
We're Batmans.
Everyone wants that trophy.
Are you kidding me?
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville, kicking off this fall.
Our Trans Global Productions Dr. Pepper Game of the Week, brought to you in part by the booster clubs at Permian and Odessa and Paul Evans Carpet. 43 yards on 7 plays for the DeSoto Eagles in 2 minutes and 48 seconds. And now the Panthers returning this one out to near midfield. Going to be right at the 50-yard line. 32-yard kick by Blodgett gives the Eagles an 11-point margin with 7:15 to play in the ball game.
And this is a good job by Justin Hammond right there. Breaks contain, gets outside, some good blocks by the Panther kickoff special teams. I'm talking about their return special team. And you're right, they've got the ball in great field position on their own 49. And I think you got to be a little urgent here, but you got to be careful as well. 7:15, down by 11, 2 timeouts left. Got to definitely get points and get in the end zone here or kick a field goal, and then you got to get a stop and try to get back on the scoreboard again, no question about it.
So Powell has them near midfield. Going to be a first down play, handoff to Williams, who will get 3.
And their 2 defensive tackles, Barry, have really bottled up, even though Ed Williams has over 100 yards rushing tonight. They've done a good job of keeping him bottled up for the most part inside. And making Permian have to do some other things. About a 3-yard gain there.
Yep, 2nd and 7. Oops. Well, going to have to stop right there.
Yep.
Lost his hat.
Yep.
Going to be a 3rd and 7 now.
And he'll have to come out for a play.
That means coming back into the game of the Dominique Nelson.
Personal foul, face mask.
Oh, wow.
Defense number 44. 15-yard penalty. First down.
And that would be
7 can stay.
He's saying Ed can stay in the game because of the face mask. Let's see if we can pick it up right here. They tried to trap block. Oh, yeah, he had a big hold of it. Had a huge hold of that face mask. That's why it came off. That's a big 15-yard penalty and a first down for Permian at the Eagle 33-yard line.
It's a Panther first down.
Well, you don't want to get 15 yards that way, but we'll take it.
We'll sure take it right now. And Peyton just did a good job right there. Nothing was open. It kind of fell apart after the snap took place. So he did the right thing by getting outside the tackle box, throwing that ball away, and as we say, living to play another day.
6:16 to play in the ball game. 31-20. DeSoto jumped out to a 14-0 lead. Permian's battled back, got within 21-20. Before allowing a touchdown and a field goal. So now 2nd down. And again, Williams will get the call, and he'll get about 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3rd and 6.
Handoff inside. DeSoto was fixing to bring a blitz off the bottom here, off their corner, thinking maybe Permian was going to run to the wide side here. He was fixing the blitz. The handoff went inside, and now it's 3rd and 5. It's 2 down territory from here out.
Got to be.
Got to be.
Pitch is going to be back to Harrell, and this time they track him down. As up there very quickly to make the tackle for the defense is Zach Williams, the outside linebacker. Going to bring about a 4th and quite a bit.
Well, you're exactly right, and they read the play very well. I'm talking about the DeSoto Eagle defense. They had everything covered there, quarterback, dive man, and pitch man. So here's 4th and 6.
Permian has to get to the 23. That is the line to gain for the offense. Peyton's going to
nice throw.
Drop it out to Hammond. Hammond has the first down. He's still on his feet. Justin's going to be down to the 7. Man, he is stronger than he looks. Down to the 7-yard line for a gain of 22.
Watch the throwback here, Barry. This is actually Hammond coming in motion. And watch, he's going to come right back outside. Little throwback pass. Just enough touch to get him the ball in open space.
And watch the strength to just pull that defender down to the 7-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and goal from there.
And to hold on to the ball and keep from getting it stripped there. Good job.
Yeah, good point. So 1st and goal. Williams, nope, they're going to pitch it back to Hammond. Needs a block. Got half of one. Down to the 4. What you're thinking you should have got a bigger block?
Well, or maybe make the cut a little quicker there and get up inside, because they actually strung it out pretty well right there. But trying to bounce that with a guy who has outside contain and is outside shoulder free, you're more than likely not going to get outside on that.
So he got 2. They mark him at the 5, so 2nd and goal. Panthers have been down in this area more than once tonight.
Here's your tight end in the game there. I think this is going to be illegal procedure or movement.
Yeah, I think another one.
54, 5-yard penalty. Down.
You can bet that Jeff Ellison and the coaching staff, when they look at the films with the kids tomorrow sometime or as a staff, one of the things they'll talk about is all the penalties that are happening right now. Again, they've got to clean that up before they go to El Paso next week.
Yeah, ask how many kids' feet hurt from shooting themselves in the foot over and over.
Yeah, it's just, again, first game speed. You got to adjust, and you've got to take care of this.
So 2nd and goal from the 10. Powell has a man open. Did he catch it?
Yes, he did.
Yes! Was that Harrell?
That's 13, Barry.
On 13, so the catch caught by Mason Sellers.
That's great.
Mason Sellers' first varsity touchdown. There's some slowdown in the play. There's a yellow flag laying at the 3.
Holding. Number 14. Defense. Penalties decline. Touchdown.
Permian going to go for 2 here, Barry, because of the 5 points they're down right now. Might as well go for 2 here. That's a great job by Peyton Powell right there, being patient, getting into open space, keeping the play going with his feet, and then a good play and a great catch by Sellers right there.
Yeah, what a great catch. Yeah, and a perfectly thrown ball as well, isn't it?
Yes, right in the back corner of the end zone where only he could get to it. This is a big 3-point or 2-point play here, Barry. It's only a field goal down if you get it. I'll see if it's open. In the corner of the end zone, yes, sir.
And he finds Ramage for the extra point play. So Permian now within 3 after the 51-yard drive. Back in a moment.
2-point conversion caught by number 6.
Wake up to eggs cooked to perfection, savory bacon, sausage and chorizo, and hot, fresh flour tortillas. Drive through for breakfast at Rosa's Cafe. Rosa's combines all your favorites into tasty breakfast tacos and serves them hot and fresh to get your day started right. Or try Rosa's Migas plate with beans and potatoes. Feeding a group? Rosa's breakfast taco platter is the perfect fit. So rise and shine. Life and breakfast is better at Rosa's Cafe.
Yes.
The Dr. Pepper Trans Global Productions Game of the Week brought to you in part by State Farm agent Mike Podzimny and Texas Burger, as well as Odessa College and Diamond Pump and Transport. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for making these games possible. After this kickoff, Kyle, why don't you give us your defensive player of the game? We've got 3.5 to go.
Okay.
So they're going to pooch it. Going to be caught at the 38-yard line and brought down at the 39.
Well, Barry, my defensive MVP tonight is going to be number 32, Andy Notley. I think he's played a very good game from his inside linebacker position. We really called his name a lot at the first quarter of the game. I officially have him with 8 tackles. I think he's been a little more active even than that. I think, certainly Matt Jones has played pretty well from his defensive end position. I think Christian Shawners played a good game out at corner, but my defensive MVP is Andy Notley.
I'll give you my offensive choice in just a moment. Just simply going to run the ball, trying to use as much clock as possible. So
the ball came out. They're going to call him down.
Okay, my offensive player of the game, if I can get that back from Larry for just a second while he totals up the yards, I'm going to give it to Justin Hammond. Hammond, 92 yards on 12 carries, plus he caught a touchdown pass of 12 yards. or rather of where'd it go?
Well, he's made some big runs. He's made
12
some big
yards
runs
for the touchdown. So I'm going to say Justin Hammond is my Dr. Pepper Trans Global Productions player of the game.
I totally agree. I think Justin's played very well tonight.
Well, so is Williams, so is Powell.
False start, offense, number 73, 5-yard penalty, second down.
So the 39 they gained, they just gave back. Yeah, a turnover now would be certainly what the doctor ordered. We're down to 2:40 to play in the ball game. Permian trailing by only 3. Carson Roberts had a 40-yarder, a little over, I think it was 42 against San Angelo last year. So they have a shot to tie it up if they can get the ball back. So now 2nd and 10 from the 39-yard line.
That's a good tackle inside right there. I think that may be, yeah, it is. That's Tanner Adams again coming from his inside linebacker position. Let's see if Permian uses a timeout.
Timeout, Permian. Second timeout of the half.
So 3rd and 7 when we come back. Eagles 31, Panthers 28. Trans Global Productions, Dr. Pepper Game of the Week, produced and directed by Bob Bailey. Debbie Bailey handles our replay. Tonight on camera, Jason Barrage and Charlie Pierce on the main cameras. Justin Oakes and Grant Barrage on the end zone cameras. And my crew up here with me, great as ever, Larry Thornhill, our statistician. Kyle Hubbard with the analysis tonight. Barry Sykes with the play-by-play. And this is the play of the game.
Sure is. 3rd and 7 now.
With 2:13 to play.
And if you stop them here, they're in bounds. You have to use your last timeout. If you can get them to throw an incompletion or maybe even an interception, that would be great.
Line to gain is the 49-yard line, so keep them away from there.
Oh, did he get it?
Well, they said he did.
Yep.
Permian coaches were saying he didn't, but they're saying that the receiver caught it on the Permian side of the 49, which is 2 yards more than he needed. And with 2:07 to play in the ball game, it's a new set of downs for the Eagles.
Little half roll there. Oh, that might have been close.
Yeah, it looked like his toe was on the white.
Might have been close. Adeyemi right there on coverage.
Yep, good coverage there by Adeyemi. Rahib has really played a good game tonight. He's gotten toasted a bit here and there, but boy, he has really hung tough, hasn't he?
Here comes, run right up the middle. Permian's going to have to take their timeout here.
Terrence Shaw, the running back, down close to the first down. They're going to mark him at the 42-yard line for a gain of 7. And Permian is letting the clock run down to 1:49. So give me an assessment now of your first game of the year.
Well, there's been some positives. There's been some things that certainly you're going to have to work on. The thing I like here, Barry, is there's been times tonight where Permian has been down, DeSoto has made some plays, and yet Permian has battled back and made this a ball game. There's been no quit in this Panther team tonight.
Well, being down 14-0, a lot of teams would have taken it to the house right then. Well, this run's going to take him all the way down to the end zone, and he will score from 42 yards away.
Yeah, they just ran the ball right inside and found a crease there. Once he found that opening area past the line of scrimmage, it was turn on the Jets. Permian came with a run blitz, I believe, and just did not get into the gap. And as you saw, DeSoto got into the end zone with an extra point coming up for a 10-point lead.
And the extra point by Blodgett is good. 1:18 to play in the ball game, and the Eagles stretch their lead out to 10 to 38-28.
For great flooring values and real customer service, forget the frustration of the big box stores. Paul Evans trained flooring professionals will save you time, money, and hassle on your next flooring project. Whether do-it-yourself or professionally installed, Paul Evans offers great values on carpet, tile, hardwood, and waterproof flooring. Paul Evans Flooring, Odessa and Midland. For over 30 years,
You just can't beat a Paul Evans deal.
Texas Burger's Banana Split. A banana never had it so good.
Dr. Pepper Trans Global Productions Game of the Week brought to you in part by Medical Center Hospital, Rosa's Cafe and Tortilla Factory, and Complex Community Federal Credit Union. 1:18 to play in the opening game of the season. Permian trailed 14-0 early on. Battled back to within a point, battled back to within 3, and now it's 38-28 with just 1:18 to play in the ball game.
Let's see if we can get back on the board here. This is another big run. That's a good return right now by Permian. That's number 2 for the Panthers. That's Alex Rose.
Is it? I thought it was Barrett or Ramage.
I believe that was number 2 on the
I thought it was
return.
6, and I had my eyes fixed, and apparently they didn't do a whole lot of good, did they?
Well, minute 11, you still have a timeout. See if you can hit a big play here. Get down in the end zone again and get some points on the board, and then maybe you're going to, certainly you're going to have to onside kick and see if you can get the ball. But first things first, got to get in the end zone.
Yep.
Legal formation on the kicking team. 5-yard penalty added to the end of the run. First down.
So they will start from the Eagles' 46-yard line. So kick returns, the last 2, have brought them out to midfield and beyond. Permian now with 1:11. Going to test the arm of Powell as this clock winds down. Has a man wide open. Has Hammond open. Did he make the catch? Nope. Threw it on the left side of him. Had 3 guys down there defending on him. And we'll bring up second down.
Yeah, they had a safety over the top of Hammond's right there. They're kind of lucky to get that ball back on that throw because they had excellent coverage on Hammond right there. Incomplete. Second and 10 from the Eagle 46-yard line. Two wide outs to each side now. Going to spread the formation out. See what they call here.
Well, Powell completely smothered back at the 49-yard line, and we'll bring about a third and about 15.
Yep. Got to get half of this back at least here, Barry.
Well, next week we will be here at Odessa High for the Broncos opener against Buckeye, Arizona. Looking forward to seeing the Broncos, who opened their season with a win up in Lubbock last night. On Thursday night against Lubbock Monterey, 23-11. That was a third down play, 30 seconds left. Now it's going to be fourth down and a bunch with 30 seconds to play and trailing by 10.
I don't know how many 4th and 15 calls you have, but they're going to have to come up with one here.
How far back in your book does that come up?
It's pretty far back. 4 wideouts. Maybe take 4 shots, just earn 4 go routes. Here comes pressure. Oh, looky there. Oh, is it going to be interference? No, it's not. Going to be incomplete. Oh, really? Larry said they threw it from the far side. So let's see if it is in the pass interference play. Hammond a little slow getting up, but yeah, looks like he's okay. This Panther team next week, Barry's got to travel out to El Paso, make that long drive to the Sun City, and here's our call.
Pass interference, defense, number 43, 15-yard penalty, first down.
So the Panthers still have life here with 24 seconds left at the DeSoto 36-yard line. I think you and I have talked a few times during our breaks that this DeSoto team's got some athletes. They've
got some speed.
They are athletic football team. Might be interesting to watch them in DeSoto.
Powell's got to get that ball down a little bit. Little bit too high for his receivers.
Well, if he gets it on play there, it may get
picked.
Yeah, so the high throw there might have been a little blessing, if you can say that. But what is it? 2nd and 10 from the 36 with 19 seconds left in the ball game.
That would be right.
Permian has El Paso Franklin next week.
So he finds Mason Sellers, who scored a moment ago, going to be down within a couple of yards of a first. Going to mark him at the 27-yard line, 28-yard line. So 3rd and 2, but the clock continues to run, or did he get out of bounds?
Timeout, Permian. Final timeout of the half.
Final timeout of the half. We'll take it with him. 38-28, Eagles on top of our Panthers. Back in just a moment.
BCM and Associates Incorporated, the Oilfield Undertaker. BCM provides turnkey services to plug and abandon oil and gas wells in the Permian Basin. BCM has 7 highly trained plugging crews based in Odessa and Hobbs, New Mexico. BCM will prepare and file regulatory forms. We also buy leases for production and salvage. Go to bcmandassociates.com for services, pipe, plus equipment for sale. bcmandassociates.com. The Oilfield Undertaker.
Texas Burger's all beef chili cheese dog. Get one today.
So we're down to 9 seconds to play in the ball game. It's going to be a 3rd down and 2 play for the Panthers. They have just used their final timeout of the ball game. And we have 1 second, 1 tick left.
Let's go! The Texas oil boom has returned, and Rexco Poly Fittings is your Lone Star choice in polyethylene, steel, and brass needs with a wide variety to choose from. Locally owned and operated in the Permian Basin since 1982, Rexco's experienced staff will help you get the right fittings and valves to help you get the job done. Go to RexcoPoly.com. Rexco, your poly supply company located in Midland and Odessa. Let's go!
So the final play of the game will come with 1 second on the clock. Powell will roll out to his left, looking into the middle, and falls incomplete. And that, folks, will bring us to the final score.
Offense, penalties declined.
That'll bring us to the final score tonight. The DeSoto Eagles take week 1 of the schoolboy season with a 38-28 win over the Permian Panthers, who will travel to El Paso next week. We appreciate all of you being with us, and we will see you next week as we get our first look at the Odessa Broncos.